This is dedicated to you girls of House of Loose. I'm going to create something hopefully in 30 minutes that you guys can try to imitate and put into your junk journals. And I'm using homemade stamps. This is one of them. And you guys saw me earlier make this one. And this is how it prints out with two colors. So it's just art foam and cardboard. Very simple. And my inspiration is William Morris from the 1860s and ornamental designs from the 1860s. I got a couple of books on eBay, not expensive at all, that have examples of ornamental design from the 1860s. I think this movement was called the arts and crafts movement, and a lot of wallpapers, fabric designs came out of this movement. So this is the Oriental, or I guess Asian Oriental example book that I got, and it's called The Complete Chinese Ornament, All 100 Color Plates by Owen Jones. And the other example I got on eBay was William Morris, who is a very famous proponent of this movement. A lot of wallpapers and fabric designs and things like that. Anyway, I really enjoy them. They just bring me joy, and I would love to try to imitate them, and that was the inspiration behind this, making my own rubber stamps. So it'll look very primitive compared to William Morris and the Oriental designs, but still super fun. So my first example that I made when I was just playing around was using that first stamp and then other homemade stamps I've made to fill in the background. This was I'm not really achieving the William Morris look here, but I was just playing around. And I tried to layer my little roses with several overlays of the same stamp with bit darker colors. And then I incorporated a bird stamp I had made while I was with you girls in Honduras, and incorporated that in there, trying to imitate sort of that idea. But now I got a great idea when I saw this woven fabric by William Morris. I thought I'm going to try to do something similar in the same color scheme and just play around. So if I don't finish it in 30 minutes, I'll do a part 2 so you girls can see it. So let me get started. I have some manila folders. They're going to be my backdrop, because if I do a good job, I'll try to save it and print it. And I've got a variety of stamps in the color schemes I'm looking for here. And I've got my stamps. So I'm going to start with one manila folder. Using recycled materials, the best. Although I really want blank. I'll choose this other one. I don't want the pin marks on there. There we go. Thank you, Dawn Burnett, for the stack of folders. Really, I'm enjoying them. They're such a sturdy backdrop, but inexpensive, and I love the creamy color. So I've got to set up William Morris here as my inspiration somewhere. Okay, I think I'll start with the birds, because I'm going to start with the biggest things. So I'll start with my birds and try to imitate he has kind of a mustardy color, cream color. I don't think I really have mustard. And it doesn't have to be the same. It's just an experiment. Yes. Which one's lighter? I might want to start with the lightest color. That always is a good idea. Okay, well, I'm going to try to go as fast as I can because I want to try to make a 30-minute video. And I'll just do my best. Okay, one bird. Oh, I already got a phantom stamp from my other stamp on the other side. Oh well. Part of the it doesn't have to be perfect idea. You might use a center line as my center guide. Oh, I already see a problem though. I don't have a flip version of this like that. Okay, if this works well, I may have to do that. So I think I'll just go upside down and to make my flip version. Maybe go here. is a real bummer. I'm also not getting the face very well. Hence, this being not perfect. Okay, squish on the face a little bit. There we go. Okay, do another bird. Often these things have upside down designs too, so I'm not going to stress it too much. And I'll stagger it instead of doing it perfectly symmetrical. Make sure I'm in camera. Man, I really want the flip side so I can make it absolutely opposite. I'll have to think of that for, if this turns out well, I'll make a new design like that. Oh, I already see another idea. I have a bee here. And I might do everything in this first color. Or pale, another pale green. I'll do everything in this first color and then work from there. That'll be like my design phase where I'm placing everything. Yeah, the bee can go on the center line. I think I'll make it between the birds. And maybe upside down here. Make sure I'm in view. It's not perfect, but oh my goodness, I'm having so much fun. When I got this idea, I did not realize how much fun it was going to be, but it's so much fun. Now, looking at his, oh yeah, I can use my big flower. This was the original one I made that I was trying to imitate the designs in the 1860 tapestries. And it looks primitive with art foam because it's hard to get fine details with art foam, but it's still very satisfying, so I'm very pleased. I've got to scooch around, give myself some more space. Now I don't really want it to touch each other. Is this possible? You know what? You're just playing right now, so don't stress too much. I gotta give this some oomph. Probably shaking the whole camera. Yep, gotta give that a little more ink in the middle, more press. But I still like it. Maybe with layering, I can achieve some of those details in the middle that I missed out there. I think I'll do this one upside down. Give that a good press. Yeah, it's only negative having my camera arm attached to the table is that it bumps it. Oh, mucho mejor. Oh, however, I didn't do it upside down. That's okay. And I think I will. Is that one lighter? I can't remember now which one I did. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I will do it upside down now. I'm enjoying this. This is turning out better than I thought. Although I want this to be. No, it can be upside down. It's okay. Girls, I also thought I would sing some of our lullabies so that you could hear that. And I could fulfill two promises at once. Craft with you, sort of, by doing this. I hope you can find all these materials because art foam, it seems like it's always plentiful there in the craft stores and stuff. And so I'm really hoping that you'll be able to find, well, you know, in the stuff we use at the ranch, it seems like there's a lot of craft foam. I hope you can find the materials, cardboard and craft foam. Okay, next, there's a lot of leaf action going on in here. Actually, you know what? I want more birds. They have a lot of repeated birds, so let me get my bird back. I think I will do them going along the same direction here. Dang it. I've got a rock on that nose tip because the foam is wearing out. I've used the stamp over and over and over and over and over and over, and the foam really is wearing out. I only want the tail end of that. Let's see if I can do that. Tis a challenge. It's not going to be as symmetrical as the ones in the book, but that's okay. Still gets the same basic idea going. Yeah, it's definitely not symmetrical. Wonder if I did that symmetrical. Okay, it's an experiment. We can get better, right? Right. Now I'm going to use some of my other homemade stamps too because they use a lot of variety here. Oh, that rose. I don't know if you guys remember I made that rose, and I've used it over and over and over and over and over and over. It was just on a kid's block, but I'll use the green to just give me a design background. What are you able to build with your blocks? Castles and palaces, temples and docks. Rain may keep raining and others go wrong, but I can be happy and building at home. Let the sofa be mountains, the carpet be sea. There I'll establish a city for me, a kirk and a mill and a palace beside, and a harbor as well, where my vessels may ride. Great is the palace, with pillar and wall, a sort of a tower on the top of it all, and steps coming down in an orderly way, to where my toy vessels lie safe in the bay. This one is sailing, that one is moored. Hark to the sounds of the sailors on board, and see on the steps of my palace the kings, coming and going with presents and things. Now I have done with it, down let it go. All in a moment, the town is laid low. Block upon block, lying scattered and free. What is there left of my town by the sea? Yet as I saw it, I see it again. The kirk and the palace, the ships and the men. And as long as I live, and where'er I may be, I'll always remember my town by the sea. I see I am getting an edge of this stamp onto my work. So I think I'm going to shave some of that wood off. Try not to hurt the rest of the stamp. So I can maybe prevent that from happening. Almost like carving. Gosh, this foam stamp has lasted all through COVID, and I've used it a lot. So there's something to be said about the longevity of your homemade stamps. It won't last as long as a bought stamp, but it's got some staying power. Yep, gotta do that again. Now, what part of it was showing? It might have been that whole edge. I may just have to be more careful when I press in order to avoid that. Let's see. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer true. I'm half crazy, all for the love of you. It won't be a stylish marriage, I can't afford a carriage, but you'll look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. That's a little bit better. Okay, ¿qué más? ¿Qué más? Think this one. Remember I made that one? I do kind of want it to be symmetrical. Once again, I don't have the reverse image, so don't worry about that. Yeah, kind of make it come away from that center line. Come away from that center line. And do the flip side. No worries, no worries. One thing that Mr. Ron said was it needs a lot more color. So I said, okay, I hear you. You know he likes bright color. And lately I've been getting into muted colors, so we shall see. Okay, I think I like it curving around that birdie. I'll do that on each one if I have space. How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria? A flibberty gibbet, a will-o'-the-wisp, a clown. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How do you keep a wave upon the sand? Oh, how do you find a word that means Maria? How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand? When I'm with her, I'm confused, out of focus and bemused, and I never know exactly where I am. Unpredictable as weather, she's as flighty as a feather. She's a darling, she's an angel, she's a lamb. She'd out-frighten any pest, drive a hornet from its nest. She can throw a whirling dervish out of world. She's a riddle, she's a child, sees I can't remember all the words. She's an angel, she's a girl. How do you find a word that means Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria? A flibberty gibbet, a will-o'-the-wisp, a clown. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How do you keep a wave upon the sand? Oh, how do you find a word that means Maria? How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand? Okay, little leaves, little leaves. These are not exactly like the ones on there, but I will do my best. Oh, you know, I have another leaf over here, I think. It's not my fave, but I think I'll use that. Yeah. Okay, now they're doing a lot of variety of leaves around things, so maybe I'll try to do that. Yeah, this is not very flat. Okay, don't stress that it's out of, don't stress that it is either not printing completely or out of whack. I did it reverse of what I planned to. Okay, it's going great. I'm enjoying it. The process or the learning is just as fun as the actual print. Doing it, I'm trying to do it somewhat slightly symmetrical if I can figure it out. Let's see. I think around the tummy of that birdie. Whoa. Okay, it's been 20 minutes, so I'm gonna have to stop soon. May have to do it in 2 videos. I'm gonna use that one, I think. Can't really see it. Okay. Let's see, time to add some other colors now, I think. Let's see if it's possible for me to do this. The turquoisey color. How can I do that? Oh, well, I may just have to do the whole bird. Lord, I dedicate, yes, I consecrate this girl unto you, for your purposes, for your perfect plans, for all the things you'd have her do. Lord, I give back to you this girl you've given me, for she belongs to you. She's just a loan of love, a gift from above, and I give her back to you. Lord, I dedicate, yes, I consecrate this girl unto you, for your purposes, for your perfect plans, for all the things you'd have her do. Lord, I give back to you this girl you've given me, for she belongs to you. She's just a loan of love, a gift from above, and I give her back to you. You're an angel waiting for wings, Juanita. You're an angel waiting for wings in me. You're an angel waiting for wings. Fernanda, you're an angel waiting for wings. Maria, let's see if this works. No say, experimentation. Okay, I think you can kind of position this, sorta, kinda, maybe, and see if you get a good impression. Let me do it twice if I don't get a really good impression. I'm loving it. It's good enough. Not quite getting the color scheme that I want. This is the color scheme, and we're not quite achieving that. Doesn't have to be exact, but I kind of need some more of that bluey color. Let's see if I can get some bluey in